Hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm making an autumn leaf journal, and I really like this journal. The shape of it was really fun to make, and I think it's super cute for fall, for Canada Day. I'm making this for autumn, but because the leaves are just so pretty and turning so beautiful colors and red, and this was my inspiration. So again, I'm using the spine cover of the book, and I'm cutting it up. I'm using a Mastercraft knife. This is the kind of knife that you don't have to snap. You just flip it when it's dull to the other side, and it's got two sides to it, and then it's sharp again. I like this because those other knives that you have, those other craft knives or like whatever knives, the retractable knives, I do use one in here and I actually snap it. You can see it's a very quick video. I speed through a lot of this, so then it actually is a video you guys can view and not be an hour long. But I like these ones because I feel safer. I don't have to snap it. I don't have to put my pliers in there and kind of like be scared that something's going to pop somewhere and not be able to find it. And that's one of the reasons why I love using this type of flip knife. It kind of flips open, and like you'll see just the blades, just one blade there. You can see it on the side when I do put it down. It's just one blade, and you turn it over. It's safe. It doesn't move on you, and I really like that. So I just wanted to make that note of that I do have a couple of these knives, and I really do like them. I think I picked it up at Princess Auto, and they do come with a pack of blades. So that was just something I wanted to say because I do like these. I find them a little safer than the retractable. I still use retractable, but these are my favorite. So here I'm just kind of doing my other side. I'm using some sandpaper here to get my edges because I go over it a few times. I'm not pushing too hard. I don't want to like exhaust my grip or anything, so I'm just going over a few times, making sure it cuts through, and I get a little bit of paper kind of like torn or whatever on the edges, so I'm just smoothing that out and making sure I'm not going over across and peeling the paper on the other side. So I just want to smooth it out so it looks nice. So that's what I'm using my sandpaper for. I also used my file, but the sandpaper worked really nice with these big weird edges. Then I'm putting construction paper down. Actually, I'm putting cardstock down, brown, and I didn't have a big enough piece, so I had to add more. But yes, I'm burnishing that down, getting it down in there, and that was my inside. You could do pretty much any kind of paper that you want. If you want recycled paper, or if you want to use like fancy fall leaf style paper, it'd be really nice. It'd be cute with those red little leaves on there and stuff. So I just used what I had on hand. I'm trying to not buy too much of anything new, and just use what's in my stash. I have so much in my stash. So this is my inside of my book, and I kind of play around with it with different paints and stuff later on, and you'll see, and to make it look more leathery or whatever, different tones. So here is that other knife. It's a smaller, skinnier knife. You can see that I'm using the pliers. I don't like doing that, but I had to. I just wanted to grab that little knife just to get around my edges real quickly. But yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's not sharp. So the little skinny ones are a little easier to snap. But they're not my favorites. Like I said, I like the other ones, but I knew I had to change that blade, so I didn't want to use it again after cutting that leaf out. So I'm just getting the edges of the cardstock and now burnishing it with my bone folder. And I really liked how this leaf turned out. I mean, the pages, as you see, are all going to be leaf shaped. It's kind of an odd shape, but I think it's going to be a really fun journal just for me to doodle, paint, and play around with. So I decided to do the veins. I drew them up. I'm using hot glue to glue down the string I picked up at Dollarama like ages ago. And yeah, that's my veins, the leaf veins, and I think it looks really cute for texture on my front cover. I made sure I went down on the spine there so then I get the leaf edge all the way down, and then the back though I leave flat, so then the book can lie flat when I'm painting or whatever. It's just, I wanted the front cover to look more realistic, so that's how I made it. I was really enjoying this one. I think I might have to make a couple. I think they're going to be cute for not only little journals, but a little decor, a little gift thing. I don't know. They're just so adorable. Turned out really cute. And then I do my decoupage. Basically, this is just old craft glue that I have in there, and I just keep it in there. So this is a jar, candle jar, and that's what it is. I'm just putting straight glue. And then I use my paper that I have from buying something that was glass at the dollar store, and they wrapped it in this. Later on I do the back. I don't know why I didn't do it all at once, but I was just kind of on my goal of making a leaf look and not even thinking about the back, maybe. I don't know what I was thinking. But that's what I've done. I make sure I get the edges really well because I want the corners and the tips to stick and to have that same texture right out. And of course you see me drawing everything and then moving on, because that's what I did. I think I just this just kept going and kept going pretty much. I did leave the spine dry overnight before gluing into the book. I think I did that. And I'll get to that point, I guess. But anyways, my tips, I'm just gluing on anything that came off, and it doesn't show once it's painted. It's just really nice. So just getting that glue right on there. I really like how this turned out. Turned out really, really nice. Very happy with it. So there is my leaf, and right there it looks like those maple leaf cookies, and I was like craving maple leaf cookies so bad at that point. I love those cookies. So I had to move on, get it where I wasn't feeling hungry anymore. So I'm cutting my edges, and you know, it's so silly of me, but until after I painted I didn't realize, oh, I gotta do the other side. I don't know, I guess I was on a mission and I didn't think. Sometimes you just get one thought in your mind. But that is that. Oh, still looks like a cookie. Looks like a cookie. Okay, we gotta get some paint on there. So I'm getting my red, real red paint, and then I do add a little bit of browns and stuff in there to highlight it. But I'm getting my real red in there, and look at it now. It's looking better. I'm not so hungry anymore. Just love maple leaves, and I love the nice red ones. They're just the best. I think the leaves are the best thing about fall. The leaves turning and the pretty trees, the pretty plants when they're drying. I think that's the only thing. Then I'm like painting the back here, and I'm thinking, why am I doing this? And like kind of wipe it away. Silly me. And dry it, and then I add the paper to the back. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know, but I fix it pretty easy. Just adding my glue, crumpled up my paper, the same paper, and add it to the back. And do the same thing. Make sure I get my edges in there, and do exactly the same thing to glue it all together. I hope you guys are liking these videos. I know I have to speed through them, so then they're not so long, but yeah, they are. Sometimes it's a lot of work to get something done, and you just don't get it to. You kind of want to show everything, but you don't want an hour-long video, so it's hard to kind of do, what do I want to put on here, what do I speed through. So it's a kind of a mixed thing. So I added some of that beige on there. That was the I don't know, I think it was the sugar, brown sugar, and then I'm adding some splatters of the chocolate brown, the cocoa brown, and that's just the splatters. And kind of now really dry brushing some stuff on to get some low lights on those veins and on the edges, as you can see, trying to get it to pick up so then it looks more leafy. And I play around with some inks and stuff like that too to get it together, but that it seemed like it was a great look. You can't really see the color, unfortunately, but you'll see the end. The picture looks really great. The camera's not picking up the nice tones. So I'm going around with the dark cocoa, dark chocolate. I can't remember if it was dark cocoa or I think it is cocoa around my edges to make everything nice. And yeah, I'm really liking this. So I'm thinking about the inside now, getting to that point close here. So I did start my signatures. I drew a pattern of the leaves and I went a little bit smaller, and then yeah, I sewed them together. Signatures, I did a few. Here I'm just making some blends of browns and stuff just to make it look painterly, just on the inside cover. Anyways, so the signatures, I did end up sewing them together, but you can glue them together. I sewed them, each signature, like say 4 or 5 pages of the leaves together, and then had a few signatures, and then yeah, put them all together. So I'll just show you. Here I had cut a little bit of toilet paper roll just to show you how I let it dry for a bit, so it had some space and wasn't touching my desk. Here is what I did. I did trace the maple leaf, cut out my paper. I did sew a signature in there, or I mean I sewed it together, all the papers, and I had about 3 or 4 different signatures. So here I'm making a spine, kind of a pre-spine, and I'm gluing the signatures to that first, not just to the book, so then I can get them nice and straight. I'm kind of trying something a little bit new, so I put some glue right on the parts I sewed, and that little piece, and making sure it's matching, and I put that on there and I let that dry, just like that. Then here's me after it's dry, gluing that spine right into it. So all the little signatures can't move now because I had them all clipped and held together, and drawing on that little piece, and made it a little bit easier. Although I did have some of my signatures upside down, and so my leaves weren't matching up, as you can see. They were a little funky and sticking through. I still managed to fix all that up with some paint, just kind of dry brushing paint on the pages. I'm just making sure I get my edges down in there, trying to rush things up a bit. And yeah. Now, you can hear beeping in the background, sorry guys. So you can see that I had accidentally have some of my signatures flipped, and the pages weren't exactly matching. So I do use that cocoa brown. I do use the big brush that I have, and then I just yeah, see, and I take most of that paint off and I dry brush it, and it worked. I just dry brushed it because I knew that the brown was going to be fine at the edge of the red, and just got all the paper and just went over it and over it until it looked like a pile of dry leaves kind of thing, and the bright paper wasn't showing through, because these were just plain papers, different colors, construction paper, scrap paper, white paper, but nothing was tea dyed or anything like that, so it all was really bright and fresh that you could see. But once I went over it with the dry brushing, it covered that up. The pages look good, and the edges are kind of painterly a bit, but I think it's really cool. And yeah, that's how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. So just keep doing that, where I'm brush on, brush off, paint on, paint off, and dry brush that on, and it worked. I was a little worried at first that I was gonna get my edges too brown, but it worked really great. Just get in there, get most of that off, and it worked. So that was it, and that was the only thing that didn't quite come out where I was thinking, oh no, I didn't flip some of my pages in the right way. And they're all not going to go in there perfectly anyways, but this is kind of a junk journal, this is fun, and it looks great at the end. I'm sorry, I gotta realize that I'm a little bit on the low side of my view here when I'm recording. I didn't realize, hello, I was holding my stuff. But you will see, yeah, you can see it opened. I'm just painting a little bit of what's sticking out there. Nothing stuck together. Everything was great, so I was really happy with that. And it looks pretty good. And this is going to be a nice little journal for me to paint on. I'm getting a few of the ones that are sticking out that are a little bit on the bright side, just so that when I take a picture it's not showing. And of course my spine tore there a little bit, not the tore, but the glue, there was glue that must have squished out and made my paper peel, so I just want to cover that up. And so I know I do that, I fix those up kind of with a little bit of paint, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So guys, let me know what you think, how it, you know, what you think of how this turned out, if you were going to try it, if you think it's a neat idea. I just loved playing around with shapes and trying to make it look more realistic and fun and playful for any kind of occasion or a gift. See, there I go fixing that up. It's easy when it's just a junk journal. There's not really too much you can go wrong with it. It's just playing around with it, and I like the way it turned out. So thanks guys for watching. I do have some pictures at the end, and I do show the book off a bit here. This is, I didn't do any gold or anything on there, which would have been nice too for highlights, but I just left it with nice dark low lights, and I really liked the way it looked. And I think I kind of went over some of my pages and made it look like this, and I kind of like that. So when I do paint on each of the pages, I'm going to have a nice, neat, unique little leafy painting feel. I really like that. I think my first cover and my back cover are the darkest though. And I got a beeping oven in the background, sorry guys. That is it for that one. I think it looks great. Drying it up here, and I probably should just I had a vision of just a ton of these little books. I think they're just so cute. I don't know what I would do with them. Have them just as decor. I don't know, they're just so cute. I can't even stop thinking about how cute they are. They're adorable. So this is how it really turned out. Nice and dry. Next day I think I pulled it open here to show you guys. I used magazine papers, I used some scrap papers, I used construction paper, and just different thicknesses and stuff like that. So yeah, here's just a bit more of pictures. So guys, thanks for watching. I will see you all soon again, and let me know what you think below. Bye for now.